When they see you, do they assume that you're African American, or do some of them ask?
Well, I have to be honest with you, and this is true, this is all factual. You know, if African American is thrown my way, it's usually at a person who purposely feels they should do that and exclude me. I mean, it is an exclusive term. For example, many actual pure-blooded Africans who come from Africa don't fit the definition of that term. You know, it wasn't used in the 60s. Colors were Negro, high yellow, red bone, all of these things, which actually, before they were corrupted, were, you know, historical terms. You know, red bone is a term that's from Louisiana. It had nothing to do with a person being light-skinned. It meant you had Indian in you. And I've been called red bone by New Orleans natives, you know, growing all the way up. Not just because of my red hair, but that's what, you know, what they called me. It actually made me think a few times, because I never really saw myself as light-skinned. I just thought I was, you know, because we changed colors a whole lot down here in the South. So one summer I was as dark as a Nubian, a Sudanese person, and one summer I was just as white as somebody from Holland. You know, so that's Creole, that's mixture. But anywho, you know, we've been to other states, and I've heard, oh, you look like you're black and Spanish. I was like, what kind of Spanish? You know, I don't know, just Spanish. And I was like, okay, that was here. You know, I don't know. So I've heard a lot of things. I've heard, you know, I get some hits from Pacific Islanders. You know, like I said, the Samoans and everything. If you look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has black, Irish, and Hawaiian in him, and you look at me and you just look at a lot of different people, you'll find it. If you look at Vin Diesel, who's black and Italian, and look at how, you know, unique he is and how passable he is to a degree, he identifies with the Dominican culture. Now you find someone who's black and Italian that identifies with the Dominican culture, what is he saying? He's saying, I'm not black or white, but this culture right here identifies what I'm saying I am, close to what I am, a mixed culture. I know I really identify with the Brazilian culture outside of the French Creole culture. I think that's the greatest example of a bunch of mixed people coming together to do something. We need to look at a lot of historical examples of Brazil from beginning to modern day and see what we can learn from those people, because you'll find some interesting looking people. I mean, I'm sorry, French Creole, you know, modern day French Creole has nothing on what modern day Brazil is, or what modern day, colonial Brazil was like back then. I mean, you still have millions of people my color, darker, walking around with natural blue eyes, green eyes, gray eyes, blonde hair. This is their real features. They don't add anything or try to touch up anything. And if you ask them, no matter how white they look, what are you? Black. You know, and you have to look at these people, the pride and the African religions they kept alive. Just, you know, they're a great example. So when people ask me and they don't know what French Creole is outside of Haitian, then I just say, hey, look, you know what Brazilian is, right? So I use that as an example, but I'm pretty sure all of you have your examples. Like some Creoles look like Cubans, some Creoles look like Puerto Ricans. You know, some may even look like Venezuelans or Colombians. So you're gonna find a lot of cousins outside of America. Again, be open-minded.
In closing, if you had the opportunity to meet with Henry Louis Gates, what would be the one thing that you would like to share with him and have him focus on the most?
Honestly, I would want him to definitely begin with my, great-grandmother. And from her, I just want him to develop the stories in between and all the way as far as he can go. And honestly, if possible, and if it could be provided, I could take a trip back to Masson in Belgium. I could take a trip back to Senegal, want to see the beaches of Africa, the actual shores. You know, I want to go to Mali. I want to hit that Sahara Desert. Not all the way in it, but I want to see it. I could look at it from a distance. I definitely want to go back to the Nile, the Blue Nile, the White Nile. You know, southern Egypt, northern. You know, just somewhere where I know that my ancestors trekked. You know, because understanding the beginning of our history all the way to right now enables me to look at my genealogy without, faint view, and fully go through it open-minded and understanding why they did what they did, why they, put up with what they put up with. Just really, really understanding their choices and opinions.